Got a Kubey. I'm excited for this little Kubey, man. This is it says Kubey cutlery, wood folding, P and everyday carry. I don't know. KK112, right? Okay. You ready? Look at this little dude, man. Come on. And I'm positive this came with it new. And wherever I got it, they took this off. Somebody took it off. If you're going to take it apart, you got to take this off because it holds the scales together. And so I think after we check this in, I may tie this and then finish the video. We'll see. But I mean, look at this little thing, man. I have a couple of little Kubeys, but this one, of course, no pocket clip. It's a little pocket peanut, right? Fifth pocket, whatever. But it's got these woods. Look at the grain in the wood. Oh, cool. Polished stainless bolsters. All right, you ready? This sold it for me right here. This look. Look at this thing, man. Come on. Yeah, I took one look at this, said, "Oh, I gotta have that. Get it in my Kubey collection, man." I mean, pretty good action. I'm gonna guess washers, maybe. So one trick pony. You can only get in with this thumb stud right here, and I can slow roll it. Liner lock's got 25% maybe. Well, let's move the box. Come on, man. Little Kubeys. Yeah, I mean, I know. And y'all follow my channel, and, everybody else is out there with the latest and the greatest. And I keep showing up with this. But it's probably worthwhile for me to mention. It's been a while since I mentioned it because after, like when you first start, shooting free throws, you like at some point instinct kicks in, right? Like you just kind of doing it and you get better at it. Your technique modifies, all that kind of stuff, but um, you don't have to think it through as much anymore. Well, it's kind of like this here. I don't think it through really. I just have knives. I pick them up and kind of come here, and I try to keep it fresh because most of the content that I bring here is stuff that I'm interested in. Most of it, not all of it, because the affiliation with Timber's Edge now, they have some stuff that I think is interesting, maybe not 100% to me, but to others. So it's like, yeah, let me check it in. Let me put my hands on it and get it checked in, and then of course it goes right back over there to them to sell. But most of my content is still stuff that I'm interested in. I see it, I go, hey, I think I like the way that looks, and so I get one and run it through the channel. Now, it may go right over to Timber's Edge Knives because that was part of the whole philosophy there, was it gives me an outlet for content, versus, back in the beginning, some of y'all remember, I used to purge everything. I'd have those purges, man. I'd run a video and go, hey, I'm purging these 10 knives or whatever. And, of course, after the first time I did that, I thought, man, there's got to be a better way to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and take this apart because it's got to come apart. It is locked up solid. Sheep's foot, very cool. What a little pocket, cool piece. Anyways, but the purpose of the channel, the gist, behind the scenes of the channel was always, man, I've been collecting knives for a long time, and somewhere along there, watching other people's videos or whatever, I thought, man, I should just video what I do here because I had this table and my tools, and I'd buy a knife and I would come sit here. I didn't have quite as many lights, like here. I'll show you the lights that I had that I would work with. That's what I had. I have the one little spotlight here, and so I would work here. And that I didn't have this black mat either. So things were a little different. I have to confess that some of this was picked up so that I could uh, do the YouTube channel thing. But I had this space, and I would sit here and collect knives and keep most of them because I didn't collect near as many as I've been collecting, and but it was kind of an isolated thing. Like I was by myself. I didn't get to talk. I didn't get to go, yeah, look at this. Look how cool is this little, like there was no audible to what I was doing because it was such an isolated thing. Occasionally a family member would roll by but they knew, don't get caught in my web, right? Because if I said, "Hey, check out this new knife," like my family knows, man. I'd love to, man, but I'd love to, Dad, or I'd love to, honey, but I got this thing because, they get caught in my knife web, and man, I just want to talk about my new knife. I want to talk about, I want to talk about this little knife. But here's the problem with that. I'll start talking about this little knife with somebody that's not into knives like me. It's like talking about music, right? It's like, oh, check out these new Delta Blues album I got or whatever. Well, if you're not into Delta Blues, you're like, oh, you just nod your head a lot and go, oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Well, that's kind of what I got from my family about knife collecting. They're not quite into it like I am, which is cool. I'm not faulting them for it. But in the end, it ends up being a really isolated thing because finding somebody that's as enthusiastic as you are about this little knife here, it's not likely, right? Like out of all my friends, nobody's down on knives like I am, right? Like I can talk to him about a knife, but there's kind of that, picture Griswold at the Grand Canyon when he puts his arm around his wife and he goes, she's like, well, honey, what about the Grand Canyon? And he's like, turns, he puts his arm around her, he looks at it, he goes, okay, we got to go. Well, that's kind of like, chit-chatting up knives with people that are not, oh, it's on bearings, man. Oh, very cool. And these haven't been accessed in a long time. I could tell by looking at it. So, man, I'm encouraged now. I'm going to clean this dude up. And so somewhere in there, in the not too distant past, um, I had done some videos on some other stuff, and I just thought, man, I should just film that. I should like film my, tinkering with a knife or whatever. I should just do it. Well, then I watched a couple of videos of people that had started and developed YouTube channels, and every one of them said kind of the same thing. If you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Like, don't hesitate. Don't get too fancy. Especially if it's a passion, right? If it's something you're into, travel, fixing cars. Nobody said specifically collecting knives, but same thing. If you're into it, man, just do it. And by the way, I've given this same advice to many people since I started this channel. Same exact advice about starting a knife channel. Same exact advice. And it's just do it. Man, get your camera out and just start a channel. Um, I mean, I think that there's some that would rather that you didn't. I don't know. but I'm not in that camp, man. Get your camera out and start a channel. Just start filming. And I learned this really quick. I'm kind of getting off topic. I'm talking about starting a YouTube channel now, but what I really was going to talk about is what the end result, how I got there and the end result of starting the channel. But I do want to make this point is, man, I figured out really quick that I could be overcritical of my videos, which I think some are. I think some knife reviewers, but all YouTube content creators can spend an innate amount of time editing and making perfect videos, and or you could just go raw. Like there's, and then there's levels in between, right? Well, I'm more the raw. Like I start the camera and I stop if my phone rings or if somebody's got to talk to me or whatever. But I typically start the camera and I may pause it, but the videos just run. Very little editing in my videos, because one of the things I figured out right away is it's one of the things that I don't like to do. All the editing and trying to figure out, should I leave that in? Should I take that out? Should I have said that? Shouldn't I have said that? Bah. Bah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. And, some of you is going to like it and some of you is not going to like it. And it is what it is. One of the things that I get one of the most comments on, oddly enough, is the music's too loud in the short videos. I see that comment a lot. Oh, turn the music down, man. It shouldn't be louder than your voice. Well, listen, the compromise is having the voice in the short at all, because I like the music and I like finding the tracks to, like, it's a thing that I do, and there's Easter eggs in it. Like some of you know that there's a lot of Easter eggs throughout the video, and especially in the video thumbnails. Some of you have no idea. I don't think some of you have ever seen any of the little Easter eggs, and so you don't even know it's there. So I'm kind of letting it out, but definitely the music in the shorts. I mean, there's little Easter eggs in there. It'll tie itself into something I said in the short. It'll tie itself into something I say in this full video. It ties itself to the name of the knife, somewhere. But there's little Easter eggs if you're looking for them. But I don't like the production side of it. Yeah, it's not fun to me. So I turned the camera on like this video, 13 minutes in, and I'm just going with it, man. I don't really. I had a script for a while, and actually, it's still on the wall right there. Let me tell you what it says. I did make a script because my first, I don't know, 50 videos or whatever, I was all over everything. And it didn't make any sense. And I forgot a lot of stuff. And then I was like, oh, I didn't talk about this or that. And, but here's the things that are on my little script. This is what it says on my wall over here on a little piece of paper I taped up to see it. It says description, action, lock access, grip, pocket clip, safety, sharpness, price, and availability. And that's what it says. And that's kind of, sort of what I do. But I don't think I've looked at that script. This is the first time I've looked at it in probably 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. It's a long time. I do see this little washer, so I'm going to have to digress and try to figure out, was there two of those? Did I drop one? Because I see one, and I think it was up in this blade. It had to have been up in this blade. It was not here, and it was not there. And so I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it together without it and see what I got, because I'm not a big fan of these little paper thin washers. Now I get it, because that can really smooth out an action versus the washer running free, or the bearing. Now I can see where the bearing was running on this side, but it was not running on this side. I could see there's a small groove on that surface where the bearing was actually running. but this side, no bearing. And so I think I will. I think I'll put it back because well, you know what? I'm going to try it without it because sometimes they can make the action muddy. So I'm going to leave it out. I'll try it. And if I have to put it back, I'll take it back apart and put it back. Um, so what, so anyways, I just got busy and started filming and I took their advice literal. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to shoot the video. If it's messy and it is what it is. I mean, hey, I just did that knife for core. Good grief, man. I mean, I think it's the longest video I've done. I put an hour into that knife and I did have to stop the video a few times because I got in deep water with that piece. And 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 that's not even why I'm telling you this, is because then I got a core belt, and I did a video on their belt to put on the channel, and I mean, you want to talk about crap in the bed? I mean, I'm pretty sure when that video dropped, I think it would drop before this video drops. When it dropped, I'm pretty sure that I said, "Hey, here's proof that I am an idiot." Because oh my gosh, did I have a time with that belt? But even that, I did think for a minute maybe I should redo this or not do this video or maybe I should hold up, man. And then I thought, nah, I haven't done it yet. Like my mistakes are my mistakes, man. They are what they are. Um, I had a good friend of the channel tell me a while back that he had been at a knife show somewhere and gotten in a conversation with a couple of people about me and the DM channel and what I'm doing. And he said, "Do you have any idea what people are saying about you?" And I said, "No idea. I have no idea, brother. I'm so busy checking in knives and my interaction with Timber's Edge knives and what I'm doing with knives all the way around that, to be honest, I almost don't watch other content anymore. I still watch some of Metal Complex. I watch Neve sometimes. Lee, my friend over at LTK, man, I used to watch him all the time. So, his stuff will pop up in my feed. And if he's got some, I'll watch. There's a few other guys that, if there's a piece, but I'm so busy that I don't spend hardly any time watching anymore. I'm just too busy doing, if that makes any sense. Um, the blade's not centered here, and so I think I got to put that washer back in to get this right. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look and see what side it's on real quick. It was on this side, so yeah, that would make a difference. Yep, right there. I'm gonna put it back. I think that'll center that blade up. Okay. Well, let's check. But golly, jibber jabber, jibber jabber, jibber jabber, man, talking away. It's like, calm down, bro. I'm so far off topic now that I'm not even sure I can, like, what does Trump call it? Uh, he calls it something where he runs around in circles and then comes back to a point. Pretty sure whatever that is, I'm doing it right now. Um, oh yeah, that centered the blade, so it really needed to be there. No worries. Um, there's two long ones and two short ones. One really short. All right, the two long ones look the same. I'm gonna guess one goes here in the bolster because it's got to go all the way through. that thick bolster. Nah, I can't go there. I'm looking right now and it's coming through the scale. So, okay, yeah, one's here that goes into the barrel spacer. And then the other one is this back one that goes into a barrel spacer as also. Yep. Yep. I got you figured out, man. There's that one. I don't want to crack that wood, so. This one looks thicker. Ooh, it went right. No, that's the lanyard hole. Goof. These look the same thickness, so maybe the screws are too. It's kind of a optical illusion that one's longer than the other, maybe. Yeah, I don't think these two matter. One goes there, and then the other one goes here. I'm going to reverse those based on what I see on the other side. So, full circle, to try to make my point that I was making, I started doing the videos, and it changed my collecting, my knife interaction in such a profound way. And here's how I did it, is because I'm sharing what I'm doing with other people that are like-minded, like, that appreciate a sharp blade, the feel of the wood, the ability of the knife to be sharp and cut. And I've akined it to, if we were all at a park at some event and somebody went over to a fire pit and lit a fire, a nice big raging fire, most of us would end up over at that fire. There's something kindred about a fire and a knife, and that's primal, goes back to the beginning, right? Like, we're out there hunter gatherers and standing around a fire looking into the eternal flame, right? Like, I could stand around a fire and not say a word. There's just something about watching the flames dance on some burning, especially with a cold beverage in my hand, right? But knives as well. And so when I started doing the channel, because I had to narrate it, in fact, I'm still here by myself. Like, nobody's even home. My wife and my daughter are taking off at the airport right now, headed to Vegas for a national wrestling tournament. My daughter's out there wrestling in basically a bunch of state champions from around the country are going to meet, high school state champions, and find out which one's the best at different weight classes, right? And so she's out there. She qualified. She's going to go get some. So I'm still alone. I'm talking to myself, but there's something weird about it because I'm like talking to y'all, even though you're not here. So what it did is it gave a voice to my collecting. I'm not sitting here by myself. It's really expanded. And so when I pick up this piece, I get to share it. I get to talk about it. I can talk about the things I like in it. And, and so it's really transformed my collecting. So I'm going to go back to this. Man, if it's something you're thinking about doing, I mean, I was talking to a family member on Easter a few days back. That's how long this video goes back. It takes me a while to get videos up on the channel. But I was talking to a family member at Easter, and I was saying, he was talking about doing some YouTube stuff. And I said, listen, the best advice I could give you is a couple of things. One is just start filming. Man, get your camera out and just film. Two, don't worry if it's perfect or not. Have an idea, if it's travel, then start filming your travel. And then just post the videos. Don't worry about the production side of it so much, man. Especially in the beginning, because ain't nobody watching your channel in the beginning anyways. You got like 0 subscribers, and then when you got 50 people. Why would you put 3 hours of production time in a 15-minute video that only 25 people are going to watch? It doesn't make any sense, man. And I think what I've figured out through time is that, almost zero production value. Like I push pause. I may stop the video, like if I'm tumbling something or whatever, come back and finish it after it's tumbled. But for the most part, my hot mess is what you see, man. Because if he wasn't here, that'd be the same hot mess. I mean, I'd take a knife apart and strip a screw and then go, well, I'm gonna put a piece of wire in there. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna buff that out. I'm gonna scuff this up. It'd be the same stuff. And so I'm really just sharing my goofy knife collecting OCD need to take things apart hoarding sensation, man. And so, yeah, kind of back to my roots, man. I'm just sharing with y'all what I do, which is really brings us back to this little Kubey, the little, what is it, the KK112. What a unique and wonderful, cool piece, man. Now that it's tuned up, I mean, that flip, very snappy. Not quite drop shut, but I mean, I could be too tight on that, but I think I'm just going to leave it be. So here's what I am going to do. I'm going to pause and I'm gonna go ahead and knot up this leather, and then we'll get a final look at it and wrap up this video. Okay, there we go. Nothing fancy, but got my little knot on there. Got that little lanyard going, and I don't think we finished checking this knife in. I mean, I'll give the action I'll give it a quick A minus. It's pretty solid. The ergonomics, very comfortable in hand. The little cutout acts as a pretty decent finger guard. I mean, I'm not going to war with this little dude, but as far as just a neat little pocket knife, maybe do some whittling on the porch, old man stuff, clean a fingernail or two. Yeah, what a cool deal. It's got D2 steel, so it should take a great edge and retain it well. Safety wise, yeah, there's no blade contact there. And the tip, I do just feel that tip right there. It's coming right out. See it? It's coming right out to the edge, but it's not pokey, but man, I can feel it there. No pocket clip. Let's check the lock. Yeah, solid as can be. And then that D2 steel, does it need some attention or are we good to go? I mean, it's pretty good to go. Yeah, I like it. All right. Well, price and availability. Yeah, good luck, man. I never seen one before. I've seen a lot of little Kubeys before, the real little peanut, but not this, like, I don't know, next small size up. The KK112. Appreciate y'all watching. And, yeah, one of my little obsessions, man. I love finding little cool backwater stuff that, especially when it's in great shape like this one. Yeah, very cool. Appreciate y'all watching.